Sunday afternoon, and we are connecting with the East Coast today, supporting our brothers and sisters. West Coast stands behind the East Coast. The big day, call to action, organized by the Independent Drivers Guild. I'll be dialing in Munib, one of their main representatives. This all goes down on September the 17th and starts at 7 a.m. And they will be, I believe, going over to de Blasio's mansion. And let me just patch the gentleman in so that he can tell us exactly what's going on, my friends. All right, let's see. Hopefully he takes my call. All right, probably on the phone with Edward Escobar. So I'll have them call me back. Let me just text them. There we go. Let me give you some specifics here, right? So they urge all drivers to join the IDG. They're going to be doing a caravan over Brooklyn Bridge. That sounds like a lot of fun. Can you imagine this huge caravan of cars, everybody sticking together, driving over Brooklyn Bridge? I wish I was there. I'd bring my Cadillac along. And then, so it will start at Navy and Park in Brooklyn under the BQE and then to the FDR and ending at 88th Street and East End Avenue at the Gracie Mansion. So the mayor's attention is urgently needed to regulate TLC. Okay, here he is. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Is this Munib?
Yes, who's this?
This is Torsten, rideshare professor. Edward said I'd be calling you at 1:20. You guys wanted to get a pitch. You're live in our YouTube channel, the rideshare professor.
Sure. Hi, sir. How are you? First of all, it's an honor to be on a phone with you.
Awesome. Likewise. Thank you. So the title of our video today, we're obviously calling to action. West Coast is supporting the East Coast. And, you know, we want the drivers to circulate this video to support our brothers and sisters in New York. Won't you just take center stage and tell all the people in the room, and we have a lot of wonderful people in the room. We have Speed Racer in the room, Yassine, Kelly, Tava L'Oreal, Adventure Girl, Paula, Sam, Sandyman, and many, many more. And once in a while, Munib, I'll be actually reading out one or two of their questions, and maybe you could be so kind and answer them. But go ahead, tell us what this is all about.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Perfect. No, that's perfect. So,
go ahead and.
What time are we doing this?
No, we're doing it right now. You live. It was set up by Edward. You have one slot. I have some time right now. You live in the room right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good.
I was driving and.
No problem.
So yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in New York City right now. The drivers are getting absolutely smashed by the New York City, the mayor, the Taxi and Limousine Commission, and of course the app-based companies, because they need as many as drivers they want. So there was no cap in the beginning.
Okay.
And what happened that they oversaturated the market. Now, what City is doing, they have a cap on the vehicle, but they don't have a cap on the driver, which is wrong to begin with.
Okay.
Because you have unlimited supply of drivers, and then you're capping the vehicles. Now, with that, what's happening? The leasing car companies, which are renting renting the cars. It's outrageous. And now the Mayor de Blasio is putting a cruising cap on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about the cruising cap. Yes.
Yes. So now the cruising cap is going to literally, like there's already been 9 suicides in New York City.
Right.
Now there's going to be more because now the only one facility which a driver have, I mean, like as is we are working 13, 14 hours to make a living, and
correct.
now they want to cut out the time of working. And
okay.
like, you know how algorithms work. Like,
yes.
you know how Uber, they use their, I mean, they are manipulating the drivers by their algorithms. Now, the city went ahead and putting on this cruising cap. Now, if a drivers have to be on the road more because now they're offline. They cannot go on work, but they're still waiting to see when they will be able to get back on work and make money.
Okay.
This cap doesn't make sense. You're talking about 200,000 drivers just in New York City.
Really?
In 5 boroughs. Plus, I mean, like there's a whole history behind it. Like the TLC. It's just like they're just like blindfolded.
But now, who do you think they're cozying up to? Who's behind this? Are the taxi organizations guiding this?
It's the mayor.
The mayor. What is his interest in this? Why is he pushing? I mean, is he getting funding? Is he getting dollars from Uber and Lyft, or is he just cozying up to the corporates? Or what do you see as the main reason for him acting in this fashion?
To generate more money from the drivers.
Yes.
From Uber.
Right. Okay.
For the city. I mean, and that's what's been happening. I mean, it's the oversaturation is not our fault. It's the city who allowed it to happen.
Correct.
It's the Taxi and Limousine Commission. They allowed it to happen.
Okay.
I mean, I want to know, and I think we should include the Attorney General on this because what's happening? It's like they're taking advantage of 89% immigrants, like who are boxed in a car and driving out in the streets, who have no time. I mean, like when you're driving, you don't have time to read and all that.
Yeah.
And study what's going on. So they make their policies on the back end, which driver doesn't even know
Correct.
what's happening. There's
Correct.
no consent from the driver. Like it's just like something like just gets implemented on us.
Right.
I mean, we have 200,000 drivers in New York City. There's 3.9 million drivers out there.
Well,
but we don't have a common platform to do or like to give our consent.
Okay, so you guys put this together on September the 17th. It starts at 7 a.m., correct?
Yes. So what we are doing, we are doing like a caravan. Like we're gonna be taking. We're gonna have a lot of drivers. We're gonna be driving from Brooklyn Bridge. We're gonna go to FDR, and then we're gonna go to Gracie Mansions.
Perfect.
Where the mayor's residence is.
And you contacted all the media outlets. That's the main thing. You're going to get them there, right?
Yes. So, I mean,
beautiful.
Like on this, what I wanted to add over here, I want to give a credit to IDG, which is like a Drivers Guild over here in New York City. I mean, like whatever the case is,
yes.
But this is the time for the drivers to be united.
Exactly.
And IDG has done a great job in organizing this. Aziz Ba, who is the driver advocate for IDG, is doing a great job. Our movement, #Drivers Unite, we are doing great. We are getting drivers out, and what we are doing. Look, we are doing something very different this time. We are not reaching out to our own community. We are reaching out to everybody.
Yes.
There's like so many immigrants in this industry. There's like Spanish. There's like
yes.
Indians. So we are reaching out because at the end of the day, we all have the same problem.
Exactly.
So I'm not getting everybody together only in New York City. I'm asking everybody outside of New York City, in other states, in other cities out there, because you know what, guys? If this happens in New York, it's coming towards you. And
you know what? That's you hit the nail on the head there, Manib. And the thing is, you know, if we can, I mean, you have a call here from the West Coast, right? You got a lot of subscribers all around the country, worldwide, tuning in right now. And that's it. You know, if there's an issue going on in New York, we got to rally around our brothers and sisters in New York. If there's something happening in Sacramento or San Francisco, vice versa. I mean, we have you have the numbers. You have 200. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, absolutely. What you are saying is right. But the thing is, look at it. We are 3.9 million. I mean, like we are massive. Okay, we cannot be just implemented by some policy which doesn't even benefit us in any way. Exactly. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and this is what people truly need to think about, right? No matter where you stand politically, no matter where, I don't care whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, the bottom line is you got to ask yourself, these officials, these governors, these senators, these assemblymen, do they truly have your back, or are they selling you out to corporate America, right? So the path, well, let me just finish my chain of thought here. The path to success, folks, is really to understand who's behind these bills, who's trying to push for change, and if need be, expose them. You know, just, you know, now, for example, and we're going to go straight back to New York, but let's just say AB5 here in California. If we don't put the pressure on Governor Newsom, Kamala Harris, and that, I'm expecting them to come through for the drivers, big time, right? But these people will not be elected by us. They will not get our vote in the next elections, whether you're a governor, whether you're de Blasio, whether you're Newsom, if you don't stand 100% behind drivers and show your true intentions, right? So go ahead. I just wanted to throw that in, that side thought. Well, unfortunately, we've been always sold out in every way, shape, and form possible. Okay. There was one guy in Hamptons, New York. I mean, like, Hamptons, New York is one of the richest area, and the way Uber got kicked out from there, it was a shame.
Okay.
And then what happens? Our Governor Cuomo,
yes,
he brought Uber back in a way which affected the TLC drivers the most.
Okay.
You know how they created this oversaturation? Before, when you were a TLC driver, you was allowed to work in Jersey, you was allowed to work in Connecticut, you was allowed to work in the Hamptons.
Correct.
But because of this oversaturation and corporate greed, like these companies, politicians, city, TLC, everybody made money except the driver.
Right.
The
exactly.
result was 9 suicides, and now what they're doing, there's going to be more.
Indeed.
So
corporate greed, sadly.
Their corporate greed aside, and they need to stick with the drivers. We run the city. We run the New York City.
Correct. We make sure people get around, get home safely.
We take people to hospitals. We take people to parties. We take people
back drunk from parties when they get drunk. Back safe home after the parties. Exactly. No, I'm with you. I'm just
we are getting treated. We are getting treated worse than boats over here, like animals. Like they have. I mean, I want to ask them, like, what are they doing with our mobility data? What they're collecting from us?
Correct. You know, just like I asked Tony West the other day. He said, we're not the core of the company. It's not about the rides and the drivers. I ask you then, what is it, right? What is it, Tony West? What is the core of your company? I mean, we literally carried them to this point. We just, you know, the bottom line is we got to keep on pushing, right? And we can't split up. Like, we got to, like, these type of call to action days. You know, I take my hat off to the organizers, IDG, for going out there. I want to see the pictures. Do please send me a lot of footage, videos, photos, so we can do a follow-up, so that, you know, when your next event happens after September 17th, we can rally the people again. You know, you just invest 1 or 2 hours, show up, and just, you know, the numbers is what's impressive when you're driving over the bridge with several hundred cars. You know, people take note. The media takes note. The pictures come out, right? You saw those pictures of all the people driving over San Francisco Bridge.
Absolutely. And we did that. We did that on
yes.
May 8th. We did that before the IPO, and I was the one at Wall Street.
I'm proud of you, my friend. Super proud of you. That's awesome.
I was the only over there, and I saw Travis walking in, and he couldn't even look into my eyes because he was in the back. He was in my back seat once,
Yeah.
a few days, and I raised some issues to him. And guess what? It's been like 5-6 years. That problem still exists.
Right.
Their technology sucks. The only advantage Uber is taking and all these rideshare companies is because they have unlimited access to the drivers, and they're just like, abusing them and misclassifying them the way they want.
Good. Hey, on the 17th, will you have a couple of people that will be like boots on the ground doing live feeds? I mean, can we can we republish your feed? Can we get more eyeballs?
Absolutely. So what we are doing, we are organizing it pretty well over here in New York. So we asked IDG on behalf of #DriversUnite to come out because this is not acceptable.
Yes.
And I spoke to Aziz Ba, and he was like, "Absolutely, we're going to do it." And they have the funding. They've been organizing, and they're doing a great job on this. I mean,
good. Okay. And if you don't mind, in this video, just check me up afterwards, Rideshare Professor. If you can go into this video and just put a couple of, YouTubers that you know of that'll maybe be doing live feeds on that day. Then we, our users can see that and just, we can just broadcast that feed and then just double up and triple up. So let's expand the efforts. The more people we get involved, the more eyeballs, the better.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Perfect.
Let's do that.
Any final words? And I will gladly do another follow-up call with you and Edward. We'll schedule it a little bit better. You probably did not know that that I was calling you. Edward said, get hold of this gentleman.
Edward, he told me, and it was I was actually ready for it. But,
okay. No problem.
I knew he was going to call me direct, but definitely happy to get on a call with you afterwards.
Okay.
And the final words, what I wanted to say over here is, it's like, look, this is a message to every driver out there, regardless, New York, Chicago, Boston, Connecticut, whatever. At the end of the day, we are hardworking people. We provide for our families.
Yes.
We don't know if we're gonna make it to home, when we go to work.
Exactly.
What's happening now,
And Muneeb, if I can ask you, if you get off the call with me now, if you want to call Edward and recall me back and patch me in, I'll gladly keep it going.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's do that. Let's cut this here, and then I'll get on a call with you with Edward.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you,
call Edward and then just call me and patch me in so that we can have like a three-way discussion. We can keep it going.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I will, hopefully the two gentlemen will call me back in a few. Let me just text him. But they're going out there, they're doing it. I think it would be rather impressive if there's a massive, massive caravan crossing over Brooklyn Bridge, right? And photographers get the right type of pictures. That'll make world headlines, my friends, just like the one did in San Francisco. They had this lead car with a giant banner in the front. And then that picture, it circulated all newspapers in the US. And this is what these guys need to do as well. So he just highlighted the IDG. Okay, here they go again. Hey, are you guys back?
Yes.
Good. Are the two of you?
Yes. I have Edward over here.
Good. Edward Escobar and Muneeb on the call. They're back again, so we continue. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Torsten. Thanks for having us back. The Drivers Unite movement is moving the movement forward, and we are making things happen across the country. So thanks for your support.
Beautiful.
The Rideshare Professor is here to enlighten and educate the world on the rideshare industry.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. So I got the cool banner. I have it like big and bold, it's blue and white. On top it says Independent Drivers Guild call to action. Munib gave us a little bit of an explanation what was going to go down that day. Edward, can you run, for the people that are joining now late in the stream, can you just run us through it one more time and let us know?
Yeah, just to clarify, this is an action that was initiated by Munib Rehman, who's on the line. It was an idea that he came up with that, you know, when there are things that, since these folks, they start rolling out these changes right away, they don't consult with anyone. So just as they're fast and furious, we need to be able to mobilize and meet them on that same level.
100%.
And so Munib Rehman, showing the initiative, just like he was on Wall Street, he was the only driver with our banner that took on Uber, took on Dara, took on Travis Kalanick. As a matter of fact, our banner, when he was opening it up, practically hit Travis in the face when he was on the way.
I love it. I love it. Did it knock him down?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Exactly. You can imagine the imagery of the banner that says Uber, let's stop abusing workers' cities, drivers unite, almost hitting Travis in the face. I love it.
Well, hey, can I just throw some humor in? After the show was over, I hope you guys wrapped those guys up in that banner and took them home. You know, that would have been great.
let me tell you, we don't want to soil the quality and the purity of our banner with the Travis and the Dara's shit,
exactly.
which is purely as the way they treat us like shit. No, they are shit, and we are going to make them eat shit because that's all they've done is given shit to the drivers. And enough is enough.
Exactly.
Enough is enough.
Exactly.
We are standing in solidarity and unity, not just here. I mean, we have our collaborations even in Quebec, in Montreal, in Canada. I'm going to be speaking in Calgary in the next week with international transportation regulators. So they're going to be hearing what's going on with the future of mobility from the perspective of the drivers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real amazing, and we're living in some very exciting times where we can actually affect grand change. Great things are on the horizon, but it's up to us to push the envelope. So we're going to continue to do so, and we anticipate and expect all your listeners to step up and rise up together. When we call for an action, a workers' action, show up. All you got to do is show up. Don't worry about the details. Show up. Your body is a message to the world that drivers will not take this anymore. We are not going to roll over and take a kick and say, thank you, just don't deactivate me, may I have another. We're not going to take the abuse. Do not succumb to dysfunctional treatment. We are worth more than that, but you guys have to step up and establish your own value, your own self-worth, and it starts by acting like a real independent contractor, which we are hoping to be able to achieve for everyone here today.
Yeah, and you know, we're taking time out of our Sunday. He's taking our time. There's three of us just taking our time just to connect with all of you and just share with you how important it is to get involved in the social media, circulate these stories, keep on applying the pressure. And you know, they will feel it. Just keep on going. You know, that's all we can ask for, and then hopefully drivers participate and show up. You know, it'll make all the difference.
Will. The ones that are meant to be will be there, and then the others will see, and then they'll get more confidence that they're not in this alone. And realize, people, we are all whistleblowers. Yep. This is exposing what the transportation regulators and the other regulatory agencies are not doing their job at covering this. So we are doing their job for them. And when you are addressing issues of public safety, transportation safety, you're damn straight. We have protection as whistleblowers. So we are a protected class of individuals, and you don't have to be an employee. The National Labor Relations Act, you know, we actually are illegal employees, to be quite honest. Right. So we actually get those protections as individuals, and we don't even need their protections. We protect each other. Yeah. We rise together, and we stand in support, arm in arm, with each other, and we have the power of the grassroots movement. We are the tip of the spear. We are the new alternative labor movement like never done before.
Okay, and Edward, may I just jump in quickly because the messages are going up and down. So last night, I had a nice long call. I was over at the forum, and then I reached out to a gentleman called Uberman Tampa, who's in the house. Guys, if you can, go over there. He has 1,150 subscribers. Just said, hey, if I can do a video on this, that's great. You know what? That's what it's all about, Uberman Tampa. If you in Florida can support your New York brothers over here, California is committed. If everybody can show that attitude, if you could throw the weight of those 1,150 people behind this cause, vice versa, we'd gladly appreciate it. And do me a favor, everyone. There he is in the house. Uberman Tampa had put out a fantastic video last night. I couldn't have said it better. Go and subscribe to him. So we really help each other out and move this forward, like collectively, right? Sorry, Edward. I just wanted to throw that in there quickly because he has a powerful channel as well in Florida.
Right. And so I just want to address, look, people know, and the people who don't know, we're going to bring the information forward that, look, the IDG, yes, they are basically a tool of the machinist union. Worst yet, they are a tool of Uber. They received millions of dollars, and they made a pact with Uber, a pact with the devil, to not strike or protest till 2022. Do we agree with that? Hell no, we don't.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they're going to make themselves available, we're going to use them. As a matter of fact, Munib and I had discussions about using Uber.
Yeah.
Against the city that's working against the drivers.
Right.
We will use anyone and everyone so that we can advance the cause of drivers, of workers, of human beings.
I'm gonna tell you something funny because I've seen this in some videos now. I jump around in a lot of channels, but there are some guys using the Dara K face creating YouTube channels. There are guys using the Travis Kalanick face, using his title and jumping into these live rooms and really stupid stuff, silly stuff. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. You know, maybe little trolls hiding behind faces. But I give these people about 5 minutes of stardom and then it's over. Just letting them know. So if they want to carry on with that type of messaging, doesn't fly in these channels. And seeing that we control these channels, we don't allow that silliness. But if you're here for a genuine cause and you're real and your intentions are pure, you know, stay on board. If you're here to Mickey Mouse around, buy a ticket to Disneyland. Go ahead, Edward.
Right, and I want to address that too because you, of all the YouTubers, you have the most serious audience that participates that are ready to take action. To be quite honest, and you don't allow the nonsense to take the time of others because this is a room for folks that want to be very serious and want to be focused and want to achieve things. You know what? There's plenty time for shits and giggles later on.
Yeah.
After we celebrate the success of our victories, then we'll have plenty of time for shits and giggles. No problem. Right now, people, we need you to stay focused.
Exactly.
You need to take all that energy and you need to stay focused on the objective. And the objective is the here and now opportunities that are in our laps that we need to springboard to a higher level. Yep. These are opportunities that we could take and seize and we could turn them for our benefit because we springboard off of these actions, off of these news items. We springboard off them, and then the media pays attention to us because they want to get input. They want to see what do the drivers think? What do the drivers care about? What are they willing to do? Are they willing to come out on the streets? Because if they don't show up, then they don't give a damn about what's going on. So why should they cover it? So we need people, at minimum 50 people at these actions. Why? Because we've had numerous press outlets that have told us we need at least 50 for our newsroom executive producers to give the go-ahead to run with the story. If you guys don't bother showing up for your own actions,
you can't get the 50 together.
They see that you guys don't give a shit about your own situation. If you don't give a shit, why should they show up?
Yeah, and I mean, if you're making this promise here on the 17th that you're going to have a caravan. Now, a caravan doesn't consist of 2 cars, right? A caravan, you know, I would like to see 300, 400 cars just occupy that bridge, drive over, because that's what gets the media excited. Then, you know, then you'll have helicopters above, you'll have every TV station there if you show the numbers, right? But you can't do this in ones and twos and threes, my friends. You got to do this in 300s and 400s, 500s, thousands of cars, right? You got to shut down traffic.
And that's why it's not just the caravans. We're going to do a slow roll, and I want people to become familiar with this approach, this concept of slow roll. What does that mean? It means you guys reduce your speed by 5 miles under whatever the minimum speed limit is.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you reduce it by 5. If it says 65, you go 60. If it says 50, you go 45. Okay. That's what you do. You stay legal, though. You stay legal that way. Everyone doing that simultaneously causes a slow roll. That's what the truckers use, and it's very effective.
Yep.
So imagine the power of combining truckers with all other drivers across all transport industry. That's where we're headed. That's where we're going, Torsten, with this.
Yeah.
So 10-4, October 4th, we're doing this. Already South Dakota is also going to be doing it at their capital as well.
Okay, send me the details. Send us the details so we can support.
DC Capital and San Francisco at the Moscone Center. We'll be doing a slow roll from San Francisco Airport to Yerba Buena Island, and then heading back to Moscone Center, right there by Financial District, and then we'll be around there, and then we'll have an action there from 12 to 2. But we're going to be slow rolling. It'll take about an hour to go from SFO, complete the loop, and then end up with a slow roll around the Moscone Center, where the TechCrunch Disrupt Conference is going to be there. So get this, folks. We're going to disrupt the disruptors. All those tech people that created all of these apps, they're going to be there. The media that covers them is going to be there. So they're going to be there, forced to reckon with us.
Right.
There's going to be a reckoning. So we're going to disrupt the disruptors.
So what I like about this banner is it says going to the Gracie Mansion, the mayor's attention is urgently needed. Right? Can you just touch on that briefly? On the 17th. On the 17th of September in New York. He may be out.
No, he's there. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and chime in? If you can repeat that so he could.
No, I think Manib gave us an explanation already, but I was just saying, there's a lot of people that have just joined the room in the last 10 minutes. Why they were taking the whole caravan down to the Gracie Mansion. It said there, the mayor's attention is urgently needed. Again, maybe just recap, why is the mayor's attention needed?
Yeah, that's the flyer. That's the flyer from IDG.
IDG.
So IDG has a set
Independent Drivers Guild.
Yes.
So we pull them to come out and support. So whatever the case is with IDG, but they are, when it's the need for them to unite with the drivers, they are there.
They're there.
When it's convenient, let's clarify. Let's call it for what it is. When it's convenient for them, and it does actually help the drivers, which then helps Uber. Yes, it does. This is true. But when they're doing this type of a cruising cap, the reality is that it starts to impact drivers on many different levels. Not only are they unable to make money because they'll be limited to have limited access to the platform, they'll also be losing money by not doing anything because they still are on the hook for their leases, the rentals. They have to pay for that. So they can't sit idle. And so rental car, these companies have skin in the game too, as well.
Okay.
But this concept is something that Munib had generated. And that's the beauty of a grassroots movement, people, is that if you guys come up with concepts, you come up with ideas that you want to roll on, you bring it to us, and we could go ahead and support it and make it a reality. That's how quick it needs to be. We need to mobilize and move.
We got to move topics very, very quickly. So if you have something in your city, if you're organizing something in your city, reach out to us. Our details are in the channel, and then we can turn around. We can make it happen same day, next day, and shine the light on the issue, right? So that people show up.
Right.
It's very important you show up you take some time out. You might not be earning for those 2 or 3 hours, but sacrifice those earnings for the bigger cause, my friends.
You're investing in your future.
You are.
You're investing in your future.
Cool.
And you're going to get a return on investment because we will get traction on it. It's not like one of these other strikes or anything that are ineffective. This one is you're going to get reactions from the media. And this will get traction. When you get the attention of the media, you get the attention of the general public. You get the attention of the general public, you get the attention of the politicians. You get the attention of them, you get also the attention of the regulators that handle these decision-making bodies, like the Taxi Livery Commission, which is the TLC for NYC.
So Edward, Uberman Tampa asked, do you think any media coverage that may come of this or any future events helps boost Uber or take them down? Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to see. I was thinking, Edward, maybe let me try if I can get somebody from IDG, because they've been active in with all that updates. So if you guys like, should we have them on?
We can set up another one tomorrow. No problem if you can rally some of them. But I was just as far as like, this was just a pretty broad question placed from Tampa, Florida, Uberman Tampa. Do you think any?
We will have a lot of media presence.
Right. But the question is,
repeat the question.
Do you think any media coverage that may come of this or any future events helps boost Uber or take them down?
It helps boost the drivers, and it also helps in solidarity boost the morale. And then this basically helps to get us that one step closer to accomplishing our objectives, which is to make all of corporate America answerable to the workers.
Okay.
We have to see, Uber and Lyft are the head of the snake of corporations behaving badly. So if we attack the head, then we have the rest of the body.
Right.
So
and
how do we do? We shame them in public.
That's what I'm
shaming.
Go ahead.
They are impacted by perception. They have a stock in the market. So public perception impacts their stocks. With the May 8th action, when their IPO came out, they lost billions of dollars.
Right.
You think that that's not significant? Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. And so my answer, to follow up Uberman Tampa, absolutely. Any type of media coverage covering this event, pictures, cars going over a bridge, read by the papers, whether it's the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, whatever it is, Washington Post, Chicago Tribune, LA Times, Miami Herald, whichever paper it is, they're the people are seeing the article. Uber drivers are striking, pictures, Brooklyn Bridge, and then the public asks themselves, what are they unhappy about? So they keep on reading, and they get the download.
Let's clarify, it's not a strike. This is just, we're rallying drivers.
Right. No, I'm just talking in general. I'm talking in general because he's saying about future events as well. So whether it's this rally, whether it is a future strike or a protest, whatever you want to call it, the bottom line is that Uber and Lyft cannot stand this because they can see that the public is drawn in, and then the public will have an opinion about the story, and that hurts them. That bites them. Right?
Right. And that's what I was going to say is their Achilles heel is in the media. And that's one thing that they care most about. All this other legislation here, piecemeal here and there, they honestly, you saw how Tony West has responded, the chief legal officer for Uber. They just thumb their noses at Uber, and they're like, yeah, and is that the best you got? We're just going to keep playing it in the courts as long as we can. That's their attitude. But at a certain point, it becomes criminal. At a certain point, the Attorney General, we push to get them involved, and they come in and they shut it down.
Right.
They shut them down in part. They give them an injunction. They give them a timeline from which them to respond, or there will be someone going to jail.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these kinds of, that's what we have to up the ante. We have to raise the stakes. We have to push it to a higher level of using fear and intimidation. That is how we get them. We use their own tactics, how they use on drivers, fear and intimidation. We turn it on them. We flip the script.
Just
right
mirror it straight back
That's
at
how
them.
you get traction.
Exactly. So
Right
they shining this the strategy that they're having. We hold the mirror and just mirror it straight back at them. That's it. Okay,
exactly.
cool.
But let's raise the stakes and go a step higher. We raise the bets and raise the stakes, because instead of fighting fire with fire, we're going to fight fire with explosives. That's where we're headed. Because when you have explosive in a fire, you suck out all the air. It's no longer fed. It cannot continue to fan the flames or anything. It's
I
done.
like it. I like
So
the
that's
picture.
what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at doing, is to make it that intense. You got to come in, with the double barrel shotguns, sawed-off shotguns, so that you hit a wide pattern in terms of hitting everything in sight. That's how we have to roll. And it doesn't take everyone to get this done. It only takes a handful of people here and there. What's going to happen from Tempe is they're going to see that there's this common thread that's being strung together across the country and around the globe. And they see the same messaging popping up, and they're going to see, wow, in solidarity, these folks are pulling it together. And the greater thing is that they don't even need to use the unions. Where's the unions? Oh, they're not there? Oh, shame on them. They should have been. They should have been supporting them, at least.
Right.
Been there. And not the stuff for unions to be co-opting and taking over and using it to use their self-serving interests and their hidden agendas and all those. No, this is for the drivers. Drivers must come first and foremost, always. Of drivers, for drivers, by drivers. That's what we commit to, and that's what we stick to. We do not sell out. We do not sell out.
Yeah.
We cannot be bought. And you stick to being principled. That's how you get things done, and you do it consistently. Anytime there's an opportunity, we rise up. Anytime there's a story that comes out, we show up. That's
And
what
by
we do.
the
And
by
we're
the
not
way,
talking about striking or the whole day or doing that kind of. No. This is a rally. This is a demonstration. Show up for an hour. Show up for 2 hours.
and
But
here's
you know
here's
what?
a
Whatever it is, show up.
here's a good one. So in your city, if there could be an airport or a stadium where you maybe meet. I saw that at the forum last night. A lot of us drivers were standing and talking. If you want to organize something in your city, whether it's a rally like this, right, and you have a whole bunch of unhappy drivers and you want to just do something productive, I just put the invite out there. I have a media database that I bought. It was pretty costly, has 300,000 editors, media outlets, the emails, the decision makers. So you can just do a search in that Excel sheet for your city, for your state, or you could do a MailChimp sort of press release type of mass emailer. But that's the way I get a lot of stories out, or push any PR campaigns. I use that database over and over again. I get it updated every 6 months. The invite's there. Anybody wants to reach out, I put my email. I'll gladly send you that database. It is worth gold, my friends. So anytime you have an announcement, as Edward said, they want to at least see about 50 people there, because they're bringing out their resources. They're bringing out their cars, their cameras, their gas. So what we owe them is that we're going to show up in numbers if we do organize something like that. But to alert them, this database is gold. So please feel free to reach out to me. Edward, Munib, I appreciate your time. I got to rock and roll. I have a super, super busy day. I just wanted to shed some quick light on this. We did a good 45 minutes on September the 17th, starting at 7 a.m. The details are in this banner. Munib and Edward are more than welcome to leave their details under this live feed. Go ahead.
We'll share more banners with
Please,
you. And
please
share
do.
More flyers with you, and then maybe we can do one tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
And I'll bring on other organizers from New York who are a part of this.
Beautiful. And on the day, give us names so we can push their live feeds. We can broadcast their live feeds. And if you get any photos on your smartphone, shoot them on over while you're out there. Pictures of you driving over the bridge. I mean, we can react quickly and create another live scene, right? So to support you guys, we're behind you 100%. New York, East Coast, we're behind you all the way, my friends. We love you and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Realize that the three major markets that Uber are afraid of: New York City,
yes,
is the biggest. San Francisco, Los Angeles. Those are the three major markets globally. Now, outside the UK, London.
Yes.
And then you have Sao Paulo, Brazil. But
yes.
Also Buenos Aires, Argentina, and there's other areas too that are up and coming as well. But we've got three for lockdown that are coming up on October 4, 10-4, people in San Francisco, and we've got like 4 cities that are participating as well. So we'll also include more information. But New York City is very important to them.
Yes.
Anything that happens in New York City gets global attention.
Yes.
So that's why we have to support this very strongly, because there is no tomorrow, people. Now's the time to strike. And I don't mean strike as in workers' strike. I'm talking about taking action. And that is our action, workers' action, showing up, supporting, tweet, retweet, post, repost, do whatever you can where you're at. I just want to clarify one more thing. As Torsten had said, yeah, we'd like to have in these major actions 50 plus people. But you know what? Even if 2 people show up at a state capitol and you have some signage, you want some press information, you want a statement to read, and you need help getting that together, contact us. We'll help you with the signs. We'll help you with everything. But the most important thing, like Torsten said, is you need to document that you were there. Take a picture, take a video, so that way it is documented. If you do not take a picture and video, it's like it never happened.
Right.
Okay? So 2 or more people is excellent at any location. You shoot pictures with the sign, sending a message. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
I like that.
But guess what? A video is worth 1 million plus words.
Exactly.
So do what you can where you're at with what you have. That's from Theodore Roosevelt. That's a quote.
I love it. I love it.
Back to you, sir.
Guys, and thank you so much for joining today. I say thanks to Edward, thanks to Munib for taking this call and contributing, telling us about this special day. And gentlemen, have a great Sunday. Rest of the Sunday, be safe, drive safe. I'm going to jump straight back into the room and just reach out to a couple of the subscribers. And do please leave your details in the live feed. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Munib. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Hashtag Drivers Unite, hashtag Drivers Nation.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool. You know, make your friends all around the country, all around the world, right? That's what we're about, helping each other out. I don't know if you guys saw another video, just changing the topic slightly, but the empowered driver, cancer survivor in 2015 who could not speak. He speaks through a machine, reaches out to me and texts me and says, you know, can I have 1 or 2 minutes of your time? I can't really speak because I talk through a machine. I'm like, absolutely. And it ended up being like an hour conversation. And I said, buddy, you've got to make a video. You please make a video, get a channel going, because what you doing out there would empower thousands and thousands of other people that would like to follow, right? They may be in the same situation, but they just don't feel quite brave enough to go out there, become a driver, and do what you are doing. So we gave him center stage today. Tim, the empowered driver. Hopefully you saw that video. Subscribe to him, rally around him. He's going to be another emerging voice, and he has a great voice, right? Even if it's electronic or it's transported through an electronic device, we hear you loud and clear. The empowered driver. Alpha Driver LA, how are you, my friend? Upload those photos. There he is. He said it so well. Can't say it even better. Photos, videos, speak 1,000 words, 1,000,000 words, right? So get it out there, right? The amount of photos, the amount of press coverage we got at that hub in LA here on that day, and then the very next day I was, online going through all the online newspapers. Those pictures of the planes flying in, they were distributed worldwide. Great job done. Tavo L'Oreal, thank you for being here. Anybody that wants to organize a rally or knows a whole bunch of drivers in their cities and they want to do something, or they're sick and tired of the treatment, you know what? Do something like this, right? Any banner that I get with an intention, with a date saying, hey, you know what? This is our game plan. Please give us a shout out for Washington, D.C. Please give us a shout out. We're going to do this in Vegas. Let's do this all around the country, right? Doing it here in Sacramento, San Francisco, L.A., up in New York. I mean, let's get these rallies going all around the country, folks, right? Call to action rallies. And basically taking a stand, putting your foot down and say, we've had enough of this type of treatment. And Another thing that I want to read to you here, it's an interesting one. It's actually a very, very powerful banner. I want to do because, you know, a lot of people, let me just jump back in here for 1 second. Give me 1 second. Where is this wonderful banner that I got today? I'd love to do a video on this. Gosh, where is it? I'll find it right now. Give me 1 second. Da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum. I think here it is. That's the banner. I'll be doing a video, but I want to read to you, right? The truth about AB5, flexible work hours. The lie, gig companies claim employees cannot have flexible work schedules. That's the lie, right? The fact, no law or policy prevents flexible employment. It's up to an employer whether or not to provide flexible job hours for employees, for example, right? So this whole thing of pretending that you're independent, you're not true independent contractors. If you were true independent contractors, you could completely run your schedule and do what you wanted to do and run under the true definition of an independent contractor, right? They like to call you independent contractors, but they're not treating you like independent contractors. I'm going to push for flexibility of hours. I'm going to keep on pushing for the right to choose whatever platform you want to go on, whenever you want to work, right? And that's the type of pressure we got to put on these politicians. Don't sell us out. You know, we understand that you're trying to make money for the state, but we come first, right? And what we're pushing for is flexibility of hours, the flexibility to choose whatever platform we wish to drive on, you know, with a voice, with some more rights, and definitely better pay. Definitely better per mile and per minute rates, right? This 35 cents in Vegas is not cutting it. I'm sorry, it's not cutting it. People cannot survive on 35 cents a minute. How can you, right? If you're doing 10 miles in your car and you've got $3.50 just from the miles, it's like, that's not money. That's Trump change. That's not even gonna, a chump change. That's not even gonna pay for the wear and tear of your car and the gas, right? So the company needs to understand, you know, if you want to take us back to the 80-20 or 75-25 days, take us back there. We'll sign up right away, right? If you can give it to us in writing that we'll go back to 3-4 years ago to the pay, we would sign, right? But they are scared. They threw some crazy $21 per hour offers right at the end, just before AB5. And we got to seize the moment and make sure and hold these politicians accountable that they actually do negotiate on our behalf and for us, you know, in the whole process of AB5, which will only truly come to effect next year in 2020. But thank you for joining me. Thank you, James. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Uberman Tampa. Thank you, Robin Reno. Thanks to all of you. I appreciate you. Wish you a happy Sunday. This was a quick video, under 1 hour, to help and support our brothers and sisters who are going to the New York rally on September the 17th, convoy over Brooklyn Bridge. Tavo, guys, thank you. Have a great day. Have a great Sunday.